And there's a guy now, Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev has had 4 fights in the UFC. He's been hit twice.
What?
Dude, he's undefeated. He has more victories in the UFC than he's been hit. And I'm not exaggerating.
Shit.
He's so fucking good, it's terrifying. He's so good, it's terrifying. He is the future. If he can maintain this standard of performance as he faces stiffer and stiffer competition, and we'll find out very soon because he's fighting Gilbert Burns, who's a world champion jiu-jitsu guy, top of the food chain MMA fighter, a guy who's been in there against Kamaru Usman, a guy who's beaten guys like Damian Maia, a guy who's beaten Tyron Woodley. He's beaten like elite fighters. He's a big step up in competition for Khamzat. But if Chimaev can beat him, if he can beat Gilbert, he's the real deal. And we're going to find out because the competition that he's faced so far has not been anywhere near the level of Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is absolutely elite. He's a fantastic striker. He is as good on the ground as anybody. He's so good. His jiu-jitsu is so top level. His wrestling is excellent. His cardio is excellent. He's a fierce competitor. And he's a world-class fighter. He's like proven world-class competitor. So that's a big fight. And that's coming up next. I think that's in Florida. There's guys that are so good. They're so good that you really don't know who's going to be able to beat them. And with Kamaru, the guy in his division is Khamzat Chimaev. So that's Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat has 4 fights, destroyed everyone. He's undefeated in his career. I mean, smashed people. See if you can find a highlight of Khamzat. Smashes people. And he's from Chechnya.
Yeah.
He's a wild motherfucker with his crazy beard. And after the fights, he's like, I kill everybody! I'm going to kill everybody! He's fucking terrifying, man. And the people that train with him said, bro, you've only seen a fraction of what this guy's capable of.
Shit.
His work ethic is unstoppable. Give me a rewind before that. This is Gerald Mearshart. He smoked him with 1 punch. First punch of the fight. Smokes him. I'm telling you, man, this motherfucker is wild. And he's like, I kill everybody. I kill everybody. But everybody he's fought. His last fight, he fought Li Jingliang. He grabs him, picks him up, and brings him over to Dana White. So this guy, he just beat the shit out of him and stopped him. But I want to see, and this is one of the guys this is one of the few times he's been hit. And like these, they count these as punches. Like, look at this. He's getting controlled, and this guy from his back reaches up and kind of punches him a little bit in the face, and they counted that. But scoot ahead to Li Jingliang, because that's one of the scariest ones. Because he reaches in, he picks him up, and he carries him over to Dana White. And they don't have that on? Oh, this is probably an earlier highlight before. Yeah, this is, because Dan Hardy's there. He picks him up in the beginning of the fight, drags him over to Dana White. He's talking to him. He's like, I smashed them all! I'm going to smash them all!
You see this, Dana?
And he slams him on the ground. See if you find Khamzat versus Li Jingliang. No, just go Li Jingliang. Jingliang. There it is, right there.
I know.
See that? See right there? That's it. You just play the beginning of it because it starts with a slam. Like the fight is so fast. Like he reaches in at the beginning of the fight and just it's not the actual fight. Yeah, because the UFC pulls these. So he shoots in on him, grabs a hold of him right away, hoists him up in the air, and walks over to Dana White while he's carrying this. So this is it right here. Look at this.
That's so disrespectful.
He picks him up. He carries him in the air, and look, he walks over to Dana White. He's like, look, Dana! He throws him down.
See Chimaev lift him. He carries him
Look at
over
this.
to the boss. He's like, hey, man, I got him. He's going to say all kind of crazy things. Throws him down. And then from here,
he's not even paying attention to the fighter. He's not even paying attention to him.
He's having a chat with Dana.
Now,
in the middle of a
this
fight.
guy is, he's several fights away from fighting Usman. Because if you look at it realistically, right now I think Leon Edwards is next for Kamaru Usman. I think Dana White has said that, and I think that's right. That's the best fight. Leon is a spectacular fighter, super technical, super high level. That's going to be a great fight. They fought once before. Kamaru won a decision, but it wasn't like he didn't destroy him, and Leon has gotten substantially better. So is Kamaru. That's a great fight. That would be next. But if Khamzat can keep going, If he can get past Gilbert Burns, and that's a big if, because Gilbert's a big step up. But if he can maintain the level of performance we've seen from him sometime up until now, rather, in the octagon, that's a big fight. But there's a lot of ifs there.
Right.
That's the sport is. Look, he got really sick with COVID and kept training and almost retired because he's so tough that he tried to keep training when he was recovering from COVID and got his lungs were bleeding. There's a picture of him where he posted on Instagram that he's going to retire, and he showed a photo of his toilet bowl, and the toilet bowl was filled with blood, splattered blood from him coughing blood into the toilet. No, from COVID. He got COVID. He was one of those guys that's just too tough and kept training and didn't recover. He got COVID and was like, fuck it, I train. Even with COVID, I fucking train. So he kept training while he had COVID, and he was coughing blood up, and it took him a long time. He was in the hospital on multiple occasions. More than one time he was in the hospital for COVID because he would get better. They let him out of the hospital, and he would train again. And then he'd get back in the hospital. They're like, what the fuck are you doing back here again? He wouldn't just recover. So he's just an animal, just a complete animal.
Yeah, right.
But super technical too, like an elite wrestler, fantastic striker, work ethic second to none. So it's going to take someone like that. He's got to keep going. He's got to beat guys like Gilbert Burns. He's got to beat world-class fighters for him to legitimately have a shot at the title. But if he can keep going, what a story that is. And that would be an epic fight. There's a lot of ifs.
Does he have the time? Is he getting old?
He's young.
He's good.
He's young.
Huh?
How old is Khamzat? I think he's in his 20s.
Shit.
Yeah. And I think Kamaru is 34, I believe. I believe Kamaru's 34. Kamaru's trying to fight Canelo Alvarez. He wants to get that big money fight with Canelo Alvarez, have a boxing match. I mean, I support him in that. I want Kamaru to make $100 million like Conor did with Floyd. So he's 27. Yeah. Amazing. He's a fucking animal, man. And he fights at 185, fight at 170. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a terror. He's a real terror. That guy's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. But he's got to face stiffer competition.
Colby's nicknames.
Yes.
Somebody asked him about Khamzat today, and he said,
called him cum shot. How dare that?
Man, I can't believe that his mother named him cum shot. That's such a disgrace, man. It's just the disrespect, man. It's like his mom doesn't even give a shit about him.
No, that
smart.
guy seems scary, though.
He's scary as fuck. He's
talking to Dana, picking up.
Yeah. Talking to him.
What?
Yeah. Talking to him.
Insane.
I come to kill everyone. I kill them all.
Insane.
Yeah, he's a wild motherfucker. He's so good, too. He's good at everything.
Yeah.